Welcome back to Fishbone Forensics, the series where we break down warehouse chaos one root cause at a time. We're still in the thick of our deep dive on product damage, and so far we've uncovered the culprits hiding in plain sight: people, equipment, process, environment. But today, we're not looking at forklifts or floor plans. We're looking at the folks calling the shots. We're heading upstream to the decisions that set the tone, the metrics that get measured, and the blind spots that quietly let damage become just another line item. Today's root cause: management. Because when leadership prioritizes speed over sustainability, shortcuts over standards, or quick wins over root causes, the ripple effect hits the floor fast. Crushed cases, spoiled product, SOPs that exist on paper but disappear in practice. This isn't about pointing fingers, it's about calling out patterns. So in this episode, we're breaking down 4 of the most common management level contributors to product damage and how to design your way out of them. This is Fishbone Friday. Let's get into it. Let's start with a mindset issue, because sometimes the real hazard isn't on the warehouse floor, it's in the meeting room. Too many teams default to patching the problem instead of preventing it altogether. A pallet keeps collapsing, wrap it tighter. Labels falling off, switch the tape. Damage at the dock, tell the team to be more careful. That's not root cause resolution, that's tactical theater. These aren't solutions, they're stall tactics dressed up as action. They don't fix the problem, they just press snooze on it. And why does it happen? Because the real fixes are inconvenient. They take time, cross-functional effort, budget. They require slowing down now to move faster later. Band-Aids, on the other hand, they're cheap, fast, and they make you look productive in Monday's stand-up. But here's the truth. If your operation is built on duct tape and pep talks, product damage won't just persist, it'll compound. And eventually, the cost of those Band-Aids will outpace the cost of fixing the actual wound. Here's how to fix it. Start rewarding sustainable fixes, not just reaction time. Bake root cause resolution into your performance reviews, project charters, and team KPIs. When someone brings you a solution, ask, will this still hold 6 months from now, or are we just buying time? Because the real measure of leadership isn't just how fast you put the fire out, it's how often you prevent it from starting in the first place. Next up, the illusion of insight. Because tracking damage isn't the same thing as understanding it. Warehouses are flooded with data, shrink logs, exception reports, incident tags, dashboard KPIs. But if no one is connecting the dots, you're not solving problems, you're just documenting your failure in high resolution. Let's be blunt. Logging damage without analysis is like keeping a food diary and never changing your diet. It feels responsible, but nothing changes. You're just building a very detailed archive of recurring pain. And here's how you know what's happening. The same SKU is damaged every week, and it's still stored in the same slot. The same dock door sees issues every shift, but no layout or process changes have been made. You've got processes that are flagged in audit after audit and still live on like zombies from last year's SOP binder. It's not because people don't care, it's because analysis feels like a luxury until the cost of an action hits the P&L. Here's what you can do. Build root cause analysis into your operating rhythm, not as a crisis response, but as a habit. Use tools like fishbone diagrams, you knew we'd say that, or the 5 whys to push past the obvious and into the systemic. And here's the twist. Don't just invite analysts and managers into the conversations. Bring the picker, the forklift operator, the person who actually touched the product. Because sometimes the system doesn't see what the front line lives with every day. And until you elevate that feedback loop, you're not managing a warehouse, you're managing hindsight. Next, let's talk perishables. When product is expiring or spoiling in your building, that's not just a simple supply chain issue, it's a management one. Here's what it looks like. Slow movers sit for weeks while newer product gets picked. Inventory isn't rotated because no one owns freshness at the slot level. Turns aren't reviewed regularly, so dead stock builds silently. The result? Good product goes bad. And the damage isn't just physical, it's financial. So here's what you can do. Tie inventory turns and product freshness into slotting, replenishment, and even layout design. Use system flags for age-sensitive SKUs and set alerts for at-risk batches. And most importantly, make someone accountable for freshness, not just fill rate. Finally, let's be real. You can have the most beautifully written SOPs in the building, color-coded, bullet-pointed, laminated for effect. But if they're not enforced, updated, or actually trained on, they're not standard operating procedures, they're just suggestions. And when damage happens because of poor pallet building, lazy stacking, or careless picking, it's tempting to pin it on the floor. But more often than not, it's a frontline failure. It's a leadership gap. Here's what that gap looks like. New hires shadow other new hires and inherit bad habits faster than you can print a name badge. Your training consists of walking past SOP binders and pointing to them. When things get busy, the motto turns into just do what you need to do to get done. And your most important handling guidelines are buried in page 9 of a PDF nobody's opened since 2019. This isn't a documentation problem, it's a reinforcement problem, because knowledge that isn't reinforced becomes folklore. And in high turnover environments, folklore leads to freestyle picking, creative pallet builds, and an endless loop of preventable damage. So here's a tip. Turn SOPs into muscle memory, not just reference material. That means short, visual, role-specific training delivered to the point of need. Shadowing programs that pair new hires with seasoned model operators, not just whoever's available. And monthly audits that don't just check for errors, but erosion. Where is the process slipping? What's been quietly reinterpreted? Because if you're seeing the same mistakes over and over, it's not that your SOP is broken, it's that your system for reinforcing it is. And that's not a training problem, that's a leadership opportunity with shrink as your feedback loop. Leadership doesn't touch every product, but it shapes every system that does. From what gets prioritized, to what gets tracked, to what gets ignored until it becomes expensive. Product damage isn't just a byproduct of busy floors, it's a reflection of management focus. And when you zoom out far enough, the patterns are obvious, the fixes are strategic, and the impact, huge. So let's recap on the episode. In this episode, we tackled 4 management level root causes of product damage. A culture of quick fixes over sustainable solutions. Poor root cause analysis or none at all. Low inventory turns leading to spoiled perishables. And finally, weak enforcement of SOPs and training. Now, if you're serious about reducing shrink, you can't just optimize the floor. You've got to align the leadership lens. And speaking of alignment, in our next episode, we're going to be wrapping up the product damage fishbone with our 6th and final category, tools. From outdated software to missing tech and duct tape workarounds, we'll show you how the wrong tools or total lack of them create friction, risk, and preventable damage. Until then, be sure to follow us in context on LinkedIn and right here on YouTube for more forensic breakdowns of real warehouse challenges. And if you're ready to reduce damage, fix upstream issues, and design smarter operations from the ground up, be sure to visit www.skewstream.com and book a quick call with our DC optimization team. This is Fishbone Forensics, powered by SyncContext, from chaos to clarity, one root cause at a time. And I'll see you next Friday.